That's
you know
the
what's
bad part.
crazy? I saw this video on Instagram the other day, and it was so funny because I didn't know where the issue was. So it was like, it was a couple couples at the table, and they were talking about how they believe a household is ran. I guess they were like newlyweds or something like that. And like the guy was saying that when he grew up, his dad ran the household. You know, his parents would discuss things together, but dad had like last say, right?
Right.
And the other two women were like, "Oh my god, like how like you think?" So the wife was like, "Oh, so is that what like you're expecting?" And he's like, "Yeah, I expect
He
to
was raised that
run
way.
my household. I expect us to
That's
talk
cool.
about things, and I have like I expect for you to have enough trust in me that
To
I
lead.
have the final say."
Right. To lead.
And even like one of the men, he was like, I feel like he agreed, but he was saying, "Oh man, when he said that, I knew he fucked up. I knew like basically he knew the women were gonna like dig in his ass." And I'm like, damn, like, bitch, you want to run like the household too? Like, I feel like I don't know, cause like also like I have this vision and I had this thought process because this is also the way that I grew up. I knew certain things that my dad handled.
Right.
I knew when it came to bills, what we were going to do, things like that, my dad had to say on. As far as, oh, can the kids go to Sally's house down the street? My mom was in charge of that. My dad's like, I don't fucking know Sally's parents. I don't know what to say. Certain things are delegated to the woman. Certain things, I feel like, you know, a man should like lead them.
So in the Bible, it says, "Unto a man, a woman should submit."
Yeah.
That's what people quote. But in the Bible, it also says, "Unto a woman, a man should submit."
Right.
So there's the process of leadership is different. And I played football. We read a book on leadership. Your comfort zone is killing you. And there's certain traits in leadership where you're not gonna have the whole responsibility.
Yeah.
There's a lot of situations. Back in the day, a man used to come home and bring his check and give his check to his wife, and his wife would pay the bills and handle that.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things
Sure.
a woman does where, okay, man's the quarterback, woman's the coach,
Yeah.
and why can't it be that way?
Because we
And-
divert. Well, no, go ahead, finish.
But I'm saying, like, there's a lot of situations where you can benefit from a partner that knows how to handle certain situations, and I know how to handle certain situations too.
Yeah.
As a man, my I got two sisters. They both know when to come to me with certain shit. They're like, "Oh, my tire broke down. Let me call Scott. I'm in a financial jam. Let me call Scott."
Yeah.
Certain shit happens. You got to be ready to take a step as a man. You can't pussyfoot. You can't be indecisive. As a man, you can't afford to be indecisive.
Right.
You sometimes you're only as good as your utility, and your family, people around you need that.
Right. Facts.
So that's your role as a man. Your role as a woman can be, I can handle multiple things at a certain time. Let me handle the small shit, like, which is big shit, by the way, too.
Yeah.
Adds up. Hell yeah.
It adds up like a whole.
I think it's crazy how like you brought up the Bible, because like me and my man, we were like reading through the Bible, and I was like, I don't like how, like, I wanted to hear more about like the roles of like the women in the Bible, but like we're like starting from the beginning. And he's like, why do you feel like the woman's role like isn't that important? And I'm like, because it's always like the man's doing this and like the woman has no say. And like I felt like the verses that I was reading was making it seem like because we were in Genesis and he was saying like basically he created Eve for Adam.
Right.
And I'm like, well, what is Eve's role? Like, she's just supposed to do like what Adam says. And he's like, just because like you're a servant of a leader doesn't mean your role is not important. Like,
Exactly.
that doesn't mean like you're just somebody's lapdog. Your role is important too, because we're supposed to, if I'm doing these things for you, like say the women used to pay the bills, you need a clear mind to go to work, to do your thing, to make sure that the bills can continue to be paid. For you to come home and deal with the bills, but like things have changed so drastically, like from the years.
The problem is traditional roles are lost in modern day culture.
Yeah.
You cannot say to yourself that you want to be a traditional type woman and then want modern day equality. Exactly. Thank you, George.
You're welcome.
Because as a traditional woman, you are supposed to not to be fucked up. You're supposed to serve your king. You're supposed to serve your man.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not to be that type of guy and be throwbackish, but like you have to understand what that role of your man is. Listen, he's supposed to be the provider, the protector, your everything. And you're supposed to trust him. The problem is the word trust is lost so much, bro. And once trust is lost, there's no need to go forward. There's no need for a woman to say, I trust you to lead, and then you go back and say, well, I want to say too. If you're trusting me to leave, and we've had this conversation plenty of times, you know what I'm saying? It's the fact that what we haven't touched on is the fact that a traditional lifestyle cannot survive in modern day.
But here's my thing,
Why
and I
not?
wish that we would stop talking about traditional
we touch
relationships because I wish we just get rid of that word in general because
We can't.
why not?
We can't.
Because let's think of a lot of us are not living traditionally in any sense
You want to know why we can't?
of the word. So why are we trying to be like, I'm not doing this?
I'm gonna agree with her. I disagree with you.
Like, how am I going to be like, oh, I'm not going to do this for you because you're not a traditional man. Okay, I'm also not a traditional woman and vice versa. How are you going to expect anything traditional from me? Like, because if we want to speak traditional, going to the club is not traditional.
Right.
Wearing a miniskirt is not traditional. You sitting here, like, smoking, running the streets with your friends is not fucking traditional. Like, how?
It's a lifestyle now, man.
That actually is traditional.
Well,
No.
That is
cigars
it is.
or
My-
cigarettes
All
back
right,
in the
all right.
day.
My parents were born in the 70s.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they didn't have. It was a lot of. Pop used to come home with a check. He used to leave right back out.
Get right back to it.
Get right back.
Get
to
right
it.
back to it.
He used to go out with his friends, hang out, come back.
Occasions.
No, but
But
also,
man,
isn't
you
he
used to have a
paying
whole
the
side
bills?
family. You had as much as you could afford.
Weird, bro.
Had a whole side fucking joint.
But honestly, that's not even like the case anymore. Because even like my dad had, okay, we want to say that's traditional. Okay, you're right. But guess what? Traditionally now, y'all are having sex with women. You're getting them pregnant and you're fucking leaving. You're not dropping no checks off. You're not like
what-
staying. No, seriously, because even like my dad, like he had, like my grandmother got done dirty, but the bills was always paid. Like
this
women out here now,
This
they're
is the cutoff.
what?
This is the cutoff, right? Because after a while, guess what happens? Kids raising kids. We had this conversation before.
Yeah.
There's a disconnect. People are having kids at the age of fucking 18, 16. They don't know how to raise
Shit,
themselves.
14,
Actually,
16.
the rate has changed though.
But-
It used to be worse back in the
But it's,
day.
at the end of the day, it's still worse though. It's still bad. It's not.
They
It's
used to
not
pop out
improving.
It is still
13.
bad, but it has decreased.
Can I-
So like
The rate of the father participation is actually going up.
yeah.
Which is
you
sad
know why?
because
Because
we don't
men-
know that.
you know
we
what it
just
wa-
think it's the stereotype. Oh, he's not going to be around. He's not
You know,
going to
you know
He's
why?
not being
You know,
active
you know
dad.
why that is,
Yeah.
bro? Because at the end of the day, men are actually saying, "You're not gonna put me in court." Men are now in the sense of like men will be afraid of court.
Yeah.
Damn, she's taking me to court. Damn, I'm gonna be on child support. No, men are now saying, "Let's go to court," because my shit is in order. You know what I'm saying?
And I know people like that.
Exactly.
They take
Yeah.
the girl will take them to court. And
they
the
fucking-
man, and they'll end up getting less than they were getting
Exactly.
before.
And,
Yeah.
And they have to be closer because they're in Philly with their kid, but they don't have a job. The man has a secure job, proof of income for years. She has to move back where she's struggling at to be closer to him because he's providing.
the guy.
Right.
But you know what? Also, because I feel like you can tell a lot about a person by the things that they're able like to relate with. Because honestly, I'm so sorry. Like I really don't know like like deadbeat dads. I don't know like baby moms who don't know where the dad is and like things like that. And I feel like even sometimes I'll be scrolling like on Instagram and I'll see women like, every single man cheats, or like the other day I saw this comment and she was like, wow, there's men out here that actually don't cheat. And I really think that's sad that people will be in like relationships and stuff like that and like, dang, you've never had like decent like and not saying that, oh, you're probably a person that doesn't deserve it or whatever the case may be. It's just you are your environment. You are your environment.
Right. So that's the thing though too, right? So it's the fact that like Larry was saying, it's just I guess you can say like a gender role, like it's a gender war, bro.
It's a gender war.
It just people want to be entitled, want to be empowered as well, and sometimes like in a sense of like having a traditional man and he can't live up to the expectation